Hello, welcome, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the new episode of Cricket Fan Corner. Thank you, everyone who has subscribed us till now, and please subscribe and like our channel for some great content. First of all, thank you so much for all the support. And as I mentioned before, this cricket channel is by the fans for the fans. We are not
Absolutely.
cricket superstars. This is a common man's view about cricket and the game which we love. By the way, I'm Fazil, and
This is Atif.
we are presenting you some great contents. And our topic today is all about the World T20 semi-finalists. ग्रुप स्टेज ऑलरेडी कंक्लूड हो चुका है और अभी हमारे पास टॉप 4 टीम्स मौजूद हैं. We are looking forward for a crackerjack of a game between England and New Zealand today, and then Pakistan and Australia going into the second semi-final. And I believe this is a great lineup. So, Atif bhai, over to you. What do you think? What's going to happen?
Well, I mean, 2 days, next 2 days, full of excitement. Major cricket. Like finally we are in the knockout stages. So, I mean, let's start from tomorrow. I mean, I am in New Jersey and Faisal is in Australia, so it's for today for him and for tomorrow is for me. So, well, let's start with England versus New Zealand. I mean, the two best team definitely. They will be playing against each other. I mean, the setback for England, Jason Roy, he's out. I mean, he won't be a part of tomorrow's squad. So now I think the big question is they don't have many options, so they have Sibling, Sam Billings, and then they also have David Willey. So अब इसमें से देखना होगा कि किसको call करते हैं. I think rest of the lineup will remain the same. Johnny Brestow, definitely he will be start opening up with Joss Butler and then followed with Malan and Morgan and then Livingston, Moeen Ali. So अब देखना ये होगा कि या तो वो सैम बिलिंग को लेके आते हैं या डेविड विली. I would personally prefer David Willey. I mean, he can definitely swing the ball both side and also he can hit. I mean, I have seen him batting, so he can definitely be a good batting all-rounder for them. And then of course they have Chris Wokes, Jordan, Adil Rashid, and Mark Wood. So pretty solid batting
If I ask
lineup.
you one thing, Atif, if I ask you one thing, who
Yeah.
do you believe is the match winner in England team? Who will make a very lot of difference tomorrow?
I mean, with the current form, Joss Butler definitely. I mean, he's the go-to person for the English team. But what I'm seeing now, Morgan, he is just coming back into his real form. So he could be the key factor. But I mean, there are many good players in English team. Moeen Ali, I mean, he can bowl, he can bat. So I mean, and we will see. So there are many good players in the team. Now coming back to Kane Williamson, the squad, I think there will not be any change. Pretty much, I mean, it's the same squad which they played against Afghanistan, and I think it's a pretty good team. Sodhi, he's bowling as we mentioned earlier that leg spinner will be the trump card for any team. So definitely it will be a competition, between Sodhi versus Adil Rashid tomorrow. So they will be playing the same team. In terms of pitch, it's going to be in Abu Dhabi. So I am seeing a lot of runs, in both the innings. So I mean, we'll find out tomorrow, but definitely, and by the way, just one stat that New Zealand have won 7 and lost 12 of their previous 21 T20 against England. So this
Hmm.
is just the stat. And again, it will be a brand new game tomorrow. So looking forward for that game.
So
Now,
do you
when
believe?
it comes to Pakistan and Australia,
I've got a
I'll
question. I've got a question
yes.
like Atif. Do you believe that toss is going to matter tomorrow?
I mean, toss has been a very, kind of a vital, I mean, aspect for this whole tournament. I mean, it has been a key, but I believe both the sides are equally, good. They have prepared, even batting first or, batting second. I don't see. I mean, it's not like a traditional Dubai pitch where we have seen that there is a lot of fog, after in the second inning, especially Abu Dhabi. Yes, fog could be a factor, but I mean, what I'm thinking that after playing so many matches and this team already has got plenty of experience, so it may not be that vital as it's supposed to be, in especially in Dubai even. So that's what I think. But again, we'll see that tomorrow. Coming back to the second semifinal, which is Pakistan versus Australia. Now it's Faisal, your thoughts?
See, I've got only one more thing to add. In fact, I was about to ask you this question. Do you believe, I believe there's a potential weakness in New Zealand's middle order. Williamson and I believe Dan Connor, they are very much like a similar sort of a player. So in a way, they end up breaking the momentum of the innings. Do you believe it's the case, or are we analyzing over here?
Yeah, being very honest, if you look at their batting lineup, except for Kane Williamson and Martin Guptill, they don't have. I mean, those are not the other are not like a big name as these two players. Phillips is good. They have Conway, their wicket keeper. I mean, he can be. He can hit the ball anywhere. And then they have Mitchell. I mean, who has shown definitely a lot of improvement in the past 12 or 18 months. So again, you are right. It's like it could be a little like a fragile kind of a mid there, one down or second down their middle order. But again, Kane Williamson, as you know, I mean, he knows how to handle, how to play a long inning in the pressure. So yes, I mean, that is the one thing which they have to consider, just put more runs on the board if they are batting first.
That's a good point. In many ways, and the thing is that for some reason, New Zealand always bring the A games in the ICC tournaments.
Oh yes,
so you can never count.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pakistan versus Australia, very interesting scenario because they've got an informed team versus a team that's peaking at this point of time, which is Australia at the right time. Now, again, as I mentioned in my last video, history is against Pakistan. Pakistan has never defeated Australia in a knockout match in the ICC event. And secondly, no team has ever won all the matches to win our T20 trophy.
True.
So in a way, Pakistan is up against it, but Pakistan has already, won the wrong that has been happening with them to them for last 32 years by defeating India. So I believe we can expect the best, but I believe there are some very important matchups. So for example, I believe Hazelwood versus Rizwan and Babar is going to decide a lot of things. Because Hazelwood is right now is in the top form of his bowling. For some reason, Stark hasn't been in his best. वो बहुत struggle कर रहा है अभी भी. Or Cummins hasn't showed that form that he has been carrying for last 3 years.
Yeah.
So I believe Hazelwood versus the Pakistan opening batsman, that's a key matchup. Secondly, I don't want to call it out, but I'm very much concerned with Hassan Ali's form. Even in, agar aap dekho, he leaked a lot of work runs against India. Same, against New Zealand, against Afghanistan, that was a very crucial over. That could have, the match would have been lost.
True.
Because of that over. And against Scotland, he also went for 33 runs. I'm a bit concerned about his form. He has been a great bowler. He was central in winning Pakistan the Champions Trophy 4 years back.
Yeah.
और उसकी जो form है Test cricket में Hassan Ali, he has been awesome. He has been a fabulous performer. For some reason, the form is not there. And I'm a bit concerned because, for example, if he gets a tap, then Pakistan can be in a bit of a jiffy because two things with Australians, they again know how to bring the A game, especially in semi-final and finals. And secondly, the team is peaking at the right time. And thirdly, जो सबसे important चीज़ है उनके पास Adam Zampa के तौर पे बहुत एक dangerous bowler है middle over में.
Very clever.
Pakistanis are historically not very strong in leg spin.
Yeah.
For some reason they lose a lot of their momentum. In many ways, there are some matches. This is a very interesting game. I believe it can be either Pakistan may continue their good form, or Australia may end up bringing the A game. I believe people are talking about Warner, David Warner, but I don't think so. Again, it's my prediction. He's a legendary batsman. He has done awesome for Australia, but I believe Imad Wasim is going to take him out very soon because Imad Wasim is very good against left-handed batsmen. So वो matchup is in many ways. And secondly, again with Steve Smith is here and there. So उनका जो असल जो dangerous जो player है वो या तो आपका Stoinis है, Maxwell है, and third I believe it will be Hazelwood. So for me it's very difficult to call out at this point of time what will happen. So I believe Pakistan, if they win the toss, they should field first. I believe they made a similar mistake in 1999 World Cup. They won the toss and for some reason they decided to bat first in the overcast condition. and they gave Glenn Magma the ideal pitch to bowl on.
But just to bring something, if I don't know if you remember, or all our viewers, 2010 T20 World Cup, Pakistan versus Australia in semi-final. Pakistan batted first, and they made somewhere between 190, 194.
191.
Last five overs, and Pakistan started very well. Muhammad Amir got early wickets. Last 5 overs, it was 67 or 68 runs required, and here comes the Mike Hussey, and he just demolished the Saeed Ajmal. And Saeed Ajmal, and I and I saw the interview after a few months. He said after that over, I mean, he just could not sleep for a few days. I mean, it was just like a nightmare for him. The last over, I believe it was 16 or 18 runs required,
19.
and he just 19, and he just hit, I mean, 2 6s, 2 4s. उसने पूरा I think within 5 balls में उसने सारा जो है वो खत्म कर दिया. तो again, Dubai में होगा, Pakistan will be playing against Australia in Dubai. Yes, I will back what you just said, that if Pakistan win the toss, they should bat first, put more runs, and then again it's going to be leg spin versus leg spin. Zampa, and you have Shadab, right? But then you mentioned all the big names, David Warner, everybody, but don't forget Mitchell Marsh. I mean, this guy can hit the ball really hard, and he is in a good form, right? So again, I mean, Australia has so many good players. All are like superstars. So मुझे लगता है कि 50-50. I'm not saying that Pakistan is going to win or Australia is going to win, but Australia हमेशा under pressure और बड़े competition के जो matches होते हैं वो हमेशा बहुत अच्छे खेलता है. So Pakistan has to be very, I mean, extra careful कि जब आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया से especially आप आ रहे हो कि सारे matches जीते हुए, it doesn't mean कि आप आएंगे और ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हरा देंगे. No, it's going to be a good game.
It will be a tough game. Simple सी बात है ना, it's very difficult to pick one at this point of time, because at the current form, definitely Pakistan.
Yes.
But God forbid, there is, one bad game still left, for them. That's something a bit of a concern. And secondly, again with Australia, they have been not in a lot of good form quite lately, but there's quality over there.
Yeah.
Especially in the bowling. And in batting, you cannot count people like Finch and Steve Smith out, seriously.
But I believe sometimes, even if the teams they are not playing well, and luck is in your favor, and you get qualified for the semi-final, that brings more energy into the huddle, right? Okay, now we are in the semi. Okay, we know that last 5 matches we were able to win only 3 or 4. But this is the time, right? This is the knockout stage. Let's go and just crush the opponent. So I think वो mindset Australia के पास है. They have already won so many World Cup in the past. So again, Babar, Rizwan, Pakistani team, definitely strong team. I think they have ticked all their boxes. But again, Australia को beat करने के लिए, it's not going to be easy. So I'm looking forward for a very competitive, game for Pakistan and Australia.
And fingers crossed in many ways. And then simple word, I believe even if, for example, Pakistan crashes out, I believe Pakistan have proved a lot of people wrong. Their performance has been phenomenal. I just imagine, if baat imagine karo, New Zealand series got cancelled, England series got cancelled. They came here underprepared in many ways.
Yes.
And what they have shown is awesome. Especially I'm not going to go into a lot of detail over here. For example, I'm a converted fan of Mohammad Rizwan. I believe he set the template of victory in the first over against, Bhuveshwar Kumar. वो जो 10 रन उसने लिए हैं ना, जो पहली चौथी बॉल में 6 फेंका है, that set the template for Pakistan. That set the mindset कि we are here to win. So in many ways, Pakistan has done well, and I hope they go to final. But again, with Australia, they also deserve to go to final. They have a good team. They're a good team. There's a lot of quality in there. So it will be a great match, definitely. So what's your prediction about New Zealand and England and Pakistan, Australia?
I mean, may the best team win, man. I mean, I am not a like a person whose prediction always comes true, but I believe England has an edge tomorrow. But for some reason, I want to see New Zealand to win tomorrow's match. I don't know, but we'll see. And in Pakistan, Australia, again, let the best team, win this. And I hope, both the team play, a good cricket, and then, people, सब लोग enjoy करें, जो देखने वहां पे आए हुए हैं या जो देख रहे हैं इतने इतने सारे लोग, और आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड. But I cannot say that Pakistan or Australia, it's a tough call, but we'll find out in 2 days. So what is your prediction? Are you ready for your prediction?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
It's not a sort of emotional one, but I believe it's Pakistan versus New Zealand final.
Oh, okay. All right.
I believe they are going to miss, Jason Roy a lot, because अब इसको ऐसे देखो ना एकदम
I agree. Big.
You have to change your strategy. एकदम से Johnny Best ऊपर जा रहा है, उनको middle order fill up करना है. So in a way, Ian Morgan is not in a lot of good form. So for some reason, उनकी middle order एकदम से बहुत light हो गई है.
True.
So I believe New Zealand have a chance, and you have to consider Trent Bolt and Saudi at this point of time is like balling like legends. They are at the peak of their games right now.
Absolutely, man. I mean, all right, man. Let's wrap out our session. So I think we did discuss about the semi-final lined up, the strategy, and so I think you want to, Faisal, add something, conclude this session?
My conclusion is very simple. I believe the team playing Abu Dhabi, New Zealand and England, toss won't matter. I believe the game will be decided by the bowling of each side.
Okay.
I believe that's what's going to happen. New Zealand has an advantage. They are playing a settled team. England has a massive disadvantage. They have to put in a new player in the opening slot. Not new, but someone who's not opening in quite recent times. So I believe advantage goes to New Zealand. And similarly with Pakistan, Australia, I believe Pakistan is peaking at the right. Not they have been peaking throughout the whole tournament, but I believe Pakistan has got the confidence. They have to prove a lot of people wrong. So I believe Pakistan will take the game. So in many ways, I believe it's all about all those small matchups. Hazelwood versus Rizwan and Babar. Zampa versus Pakistan middle order.
Yeah.
And Saudi and Bolt versus England top order. That's going to decide the game.
All right, man. We'll find out in couple of days, for who is going to be in the finals. But thank you everyone for watching, and please do subscribe our channel, and let us know. You can put all your comments. How can we improve our channel and this discussion? Thank you very much, and we'll see you in our next episode. Take care. Goodbye.